What is up, everyone? It is the endorsement. It is time for another review. This is where I try something and tell you if you should like it or not. I can be very persuasive, and today I'm going to try to persuade you into Potbelly Sandwich Shop. A viewer of mine who commented on my last video, Christopher Page, said you got to try out the Potbelly Sandwich Shop. He requested the Italian double meat. I thought about it, but when I went in and looked at the menu, they have their specialty signature sandwich called a wreck. Now my name's Eric. A-Wreck. They named it after me. No, it's named after, I believe, a wrecking ball. This thing comes complete with salami, turkey, ham, roast beef, and Swiss cheese. And then you get to add your toppings on top. I went with onions, pickles, mayonnaise, and I believe that's it. So we are going to get up close and personal with the A-Wreck. It's a wreck from Potbelly Sandwich Shop. Yeah. Ooh, all right, you got up close personal with a wreck. You probably did some rubbernecking, but yeah, this is jam-packed with meat. I will tell you this, the size of this, I got the original. It's probably the equivalent of maybe a tad bit bigger than a 6-inch from Subway, and it was $5.20, so not a bad price. So you can see the meat kind of spiraling around in there and all my toppings. So here we go, a wreck from Potbelly Sandwich Shop. Wish me luck. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. You can see, I don't know if I mentioned to you, it is toasted. So you can definitely see the little bits of brownage going on the outside of that meat right there. So not a bad little taste right off the first bite, Potbelly. All right. Bite number 2, and then we'll break this down. All right. Here we go. All right, so first impressions off of this, off of 2 bites, is I was expecting a little more meat in this, especially for the size of the sub. But when you actually bite into it, you don't feel like you're cheapened or gypped on the meat by any means. But just looking at it, it does not look like it is packed with much meat. But I will tell you, the toasted version of this, I love a toasted sub, especially when I'm in the mood for it. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, but other times, in the mood. But I love how when it's toasted, that cheese melts. You know, that's the main reason that I like getting it toasted. Now the bun does get a little toasted, gives a little crunch at the top. But like I said, I got mayonnaise, lettuce, got the cheese working in here. The pickle was a little non-existent. I'm not sure if I didn't get a pickle in that bite. I'm gonna go in for a 3rd bite, then we're gonna do a final breakdown, and I'm gonna rate this. Whew, here we go. Okay. All right, yeah, so they use a thinly sliced pickle, which is why I wasn't getting hit all up in the face noggin with pickle taste. But overall, I'm a fan of this on the toasted scale. But yeah, like I said, even though I'm not seeing a lot of meat when you look at it on the cross section, when you're actually chewing it, it is a mouthful, and it actually is very good. But what's tough is when you have 4 meats all working as one, it's hard to pinpoint the taste of each one. It just tastes like all the meats have just like kind of combined. And like I said, when it's toasted and the cheese is melted and that little bit of mayonnaise and the crunch of the pickles, I mean, it's so good. But don't think you're gonna get this and you're gonna be able to taste like the individual turkey and the ham and everything, because there's a lot going on in this. 4 meats and a cheese. That's gonna be the name of my next reggae band. 4 meats and a cheese. Why reggae? Let's rate this, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 100, with 1 meaning don't even waste your money, and 100 being the promised land of, I'm going to give the A-Wreck from Potbelly Sandwich Shop a rating of 81. 81 out of 100, that's a little bit over 8 out of 10 for all you keeping score at home, writing in your endorsement notebooks. All right, Potbelly, the first visit there, 81 I appreciate you. So there you go, another review in the books. Please like, please comment, and please subscribe. Put in the comments below if you've tried Potbelly Sandwich Shop before. I think talking to the very nice general manager or manager of this establishment, John, I think he said there's like 400 of these around. So let me know if you've tried them out and what you thought. So yeah, that would be nice. But other than that, please check me out on Instagram and Twitter. That is social media that gets the word of the endorsement out to the masses. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little trip to Potbelly Sandwich Shop, and we'll see you soon with another review. Bye. Bonus footage. So it's funny, through the whole review, I wanted to call it Potbelly Pub. And part of me thinks it used to be called Potbelly Pub, or Potbelly Pub is something else, or it's a tongue twister when you were like a little kid. Potbelly Pub, Potbelly Pub, Potbelly Pub. Pub. And for $1, I could have added avocado. I didn't. A whole other half to go. Whew. I am full.